very jazzy. There it is, isn't it? There it is, guys.
Anyone who can read Japanese would be able to read that off straight away.
Yeah, well, I can't, but
I can't.
It looks beautiful. I can see they got the seaweed represented there.
It's authentic, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they got the seaweed there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, it's great stuff.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, guys, it looks quite thin, as Steve says. It's not a thick soup. It's quite thin, but it leaves you feeling
Nourished, I think.
Nourished and satisfied. In a part of my brain, it touches you. It's really a strange kind of food. I've never drank it before now. It's really subtle, the place in which it touches you. So, yeah, so we're having a bit of a gourmet evening here in the Lugg Valley. It's the River Lugg Valley.
We've got furikake for the main course.
And what's it called?
Furikake.
Furikake.
Which means sprinkle in Japanese.
Okay, here's furikake.
It's for sprinkling. Look at the jazzy varieties.
Look at the packaging, man. It's so jazzy.
Japanese packaging, isn't it?
Blimey.
Great.
You could find this in a rave party, couldn't you? Do you remember some of the parties, Steve? I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's quite. I like the way it's just they got pictures that just represent what it is. You don't need to be able to read the kanji or the katakana or whatever, really. Wow. I think this is wasabi. Green is usually represented for wasabi. I don't know why they've got a little ship on it. Because hey, look at him.
These are for
that fella.
Oh yeah.
He's just having a sleep on my leg.
Yeah, he's taking up residence, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that one would be. That's my favourite flavour. That is.
So this is for rice.
Yeah, seasoning.
Yeah.
Rice seasoning. But I think we're going to have to do another cook up now.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the rice now and put some of this flavouring with it. But I'll show you the camp, guys, just quickly. We're settled in. We had a nice walk in down the Drovers lanes. And they're quiet lanes. We've been walking these lanes for some years. Paul and I used to come here some years ago. And I thought I'd return to do a wild camp. And Steve rang today and we're both out here. And it's a really, really pleasant evening. Birds are singing, the sun is setting, it's late in the afternoon. It's going to be a nice night, I think. Just an overnighter. Wake up to the dawn chorus in the morning. But yeah, I just slung a, put the tarp up in Basher style. Kind of looks like a Bedouin tent. Just used 3 stakes, 2 at the rear, 1 at the front. And just tied it down. It should be a good shelter for the night. Keep the dew off you, because you can get quite wet when it all gets a bit dewy. Because we're in a valley, we're in the River Lugg Valley. The River Lugg is over there, literally a quarter of a mile. I can actually see the bank of the river from here. But yeah, the River Lugg, I've walked the River Lugg before now with Paul from the source, and the confluence is 6 kilometres that way at Morderford, the confluence with the River Wye. And it's one of the largest alluvial floodplains in Great Britain, the River Lugg. The Lugg Flats, they call it. It's been a fabulous playground ever since we were young. So yeah, I've been up and down here for many years. And we're by these 2 amazing oak trees. Absolutely beautiful. Late afternoon sun. These beautiful oaks. Steve and I used to dance together many years ago. Didn't we, Steve?
Not like ballroom dancing.
Not like ballroom dancing, no. No. Well, no, you never.
We used to throw some shapes.
Yeah, we throw some shapes.
We used to throw shapes.
Yeah, exactly. We did.
Squish the spider with a broomstick.
Yeah, well, I've never heard it called that, but.
Well, you knew them, but they've just acquired them.
Yeah.
And the double and the twin turbine.
Yeah, you were one of the most cosmic guys out there. You were, Steve. Fabulous dancer.
There you go.
There you go, got it.
Cool. So this is the evaporation part of it.
Yes, we could feed an army, couldn't we, Steve?
Yeah.
This is wild camping, Japanese style tonight. That's what it is.
Because I was in Japan and I went to this place for some breakfast, and in the breakfast there was this like little bowl of little tiny fish that were like about that big, all with their eyes in.
All right. Which you eat?
Yeah, and a bowl of rice and stuff.
Yeah.
This is when I started feeling really homesick. So, all I wanted was a bowl of cornflakes, like normal cornflakes. And I said to the woman, I said, "Furikake, hi," and she said, "Hi, furikake," which I think just sprinkle. So she just sprinkle these little tiny fish on the rice.
Oh, right.
And it was like there was a bit of chopstick. It was like really proper furikake. This is like obviously a bit processed and a bit sort of kind of dried stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, these little fish were dried.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was good.
Oh,
it was nice. It was a bit different to bacon and eggs.
I look forward to it, Steve. See what it tastes like. A burger.
Well, not. I just wanted cornflakes for breakfast. I wanted sort of basic.
Yeah.
That's what I've been away for about.
Marmite.
I've been away from home for a good sort of, I don't know, 16, 17 months, I think, by then.
Yeah, right. Sounds good, that, Steve. What were we doing? Getting off our heads on the street, probably.
Wait, you?
At the time, yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's, that's 15 years, 16 years ago.
Oh, was it?
Mm.
Right. Oh, I was still drinking then.
Really?
Yeah, I was, yeah. I was tapping all the time.
Tapping?
Begging.
Oh, right.
Tapping on the move. I'd raise quite a bit of money in an hour. And then go and get hammered. But that was then, and this is now.
Yeah.
And we're about to have some furikake.
So,
if you want to put some in there.
You see, what you can do...
I feel like there's some kind of Japanese tradition going on here, Steve.
It's a little bit like
it's a bit like it, isn't it?
A little bit like making a tea ceremony or something.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what I was. That's what I was thinking.
I can see what you mean.
Furikake.
Oh shit.
How's that? Does it make much of a difference?
Oshi desu ne.
Eh?
Oshi desu ne.
What's that mean?
Tasty, isn't it?
Oshi.
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 Oshi. Do you know what this one's called, Steve? You don't?
I know.
But you think it's seaweed?
I think it's, well, all of them have bits of seaweed in.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
But this one just seems to be lots of seaweed.
Yeah.
With bits of black sesame seeds.
Oh, I'll check.
Can't really tell what flavour it is really, but...
Check it out. Check it out then.
Not a big jar, but a jar of it. Lasted for ages. Had a salmon one and a wasabi flavour.
Oh, I can taste that.
You like?
Yeah, I can taste it, yeah.
They get their rice and they make a little ball out of the rice, and then they get their furikake and roll the ball of rice
in the
furikake,
yeah.
And then they'd wrap it up in a bit of cellophane and put it in a little, nice little sandwich pot.
All right.
And then take it off with them, so they didn't have to buy food when they were out. And on their little adventure or whatever.
That's really nice. I can taste that. Well, this is a treat. Just going to bathe in this light just for a bit. Check it out. Bathe in this light. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Bit of forest bathing again. I'm in such a beautiful place. The light is beautiful. I'd like to give a shout out to Paula and Adrian, two wonderful people down there in Dartmoor. The light here, guys, is just stupendous, wonderful. A good place to talk about your fabulous adventures. I love the way you get together, you two. Your roundups of the day. I think it's fabulous. Could hear a curlew. Did you hear that curlew? You won't have caught that. But as I said earlier, we're in the Lugg Flats, in the Lugg Valley. This is where the curlews are. It's a fabulous environment, it really is. But yeah, guys, if you don't know about Paula and Adrian, check out the link below. Fabulous channel.
Tell you what, Mark,
Yeah.
that'd be a nice spot for a camp. Just there.
Down bottom there.
Just in that corner there. With that sunset.
So you can catch the sunset.
Yeah.
It was nice just walking through this wood, mind. But I get your point.
It's just got the last of the evening sun just there, right? It's just right in the corner of the field. It would be quite good.
If it was like this.
If it was like
Yeah.
it's a particularly lovely warm evening. Yeah, it's great. It's a great spot, isn't it?
Yeah. I heard those curlews again.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think I might put a jumper on.
Yeah, it's getting a bit cool.
In the standing there though, I was still feeling the warmth from the sun.
Getting warmed up.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna see what. That's very buttery.
Not doing the job. Well, it was butter you fried it in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh wow, check it out. You hear that?
Ow.
Wow, that's close. Put a little bit of pine resin in there. No, it's pine resin.
Oh, is that what it is? Right. And you know, Otis is kind of standing up, pointing at the aeroplane, and Juno's kind of looking up. It's just a really good photo.
So you put that on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, good one. Just a lovely moment.
Yeah. It's just a good photo, really.
We all loved the Gospel Pass when we were young, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they looked like big, huge mountains when I was a kid. I always remember, because we had picnics up there when we were young.
Yeah, it's a nice spot, isn't it? It's really nice, and it's kind of in a saddle, isn't it? It's kind of yeah. Yeah, and there were horses around and things, and we just sort of had a nice bit of food, a bit of nosh, and then then we walked up the hill at one side. And it's amazing what they've done to the paths up there. You know, it's there's obviously a lot of corrosion from people walking, but they've kind of done a bit of work so it doesn't get so
eroded.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem so.
I've thought of volunteering for them. I have. There's a lot of volunteer work up there.
Yeah. Oh well, you should. I mean, you probably get a lot out of it.
I will do.
Yeah.
I'll look into that. But I have honestly thought about volunteering for them.
I read something about volunteers. Volunteers don't get paid because they're worthless. They don't get paid because they're priceless.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, our nation is almost sustains itself upon volunteer help, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, in some quarters it does, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people do give a lot of their time.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. It's a Sunday morning in the Lugg Valley in Herefordshire. It's nice and cool. Dawn chorus has awoken Steve and I. And we're ready for a good Sunday. We're going to pack up camp and take a walk down the Drover's Lane and back home. I had a good night's sleep. I always sleep okay on hard floors, it doesn't bother me at all. Steve had an okay night. I feel rejuvenated. That's what I came out for, is to rejuvenate, recharge. Yeah, a very good conversation last night, really enjoyed that. Around a mini fire in the Crusader stove. Well, it was pretty good end to what was a pretty tough week. these drovers lanes kind of satellite Hereford, because all the stock producing lands used to drive their cattle to market. Of course, you didn't have refrigeration back in the day, and the only way to get your meat to market was alive, and so that's what they did, was bring them along these routes. And this leads to Hereford. It's just a few miles outside of the city. So Steve and I are walking back now along this old drovers lane, which probably saw the height of its use in the 18th century. Yeah, as I was saying, they used to drive their cattle straight to market alive, and now the farmers use this as a service track and for us to enjoy. I absolutely love these drovers lanes. I've walked up and down here many times over the years, and you hardly ever see anyone down here, and it truly is a wildlife sanctuary. Bit of a green corridor, they're going to call it a green corridor, don't they? And the River Lugg is only across the way there, less than a quarter of a mile. We'll walk past the Lugg now. Yeah, you know, all the drovers many years ago, apparently they used to get to their destination and do all the financial transactions, and it was drovers that set up all the original banks, and therefore created and were part and parcel of our banking system, which is an unusual thought considering it's so rural, but it's true. There he is, look, just enjoying his time, nice and peaceful, along this old drovers lane. Now Steve comes from a old farming family called Ball of Madley. And they've been farming for many years. His brother now runs the business. But yeah, Ball of Madley. A lot of farmers will know Ball of Madley. They've supplied a lot of the feed to farmers throughout Herefordshire and into Wales, and that was their business. Steve's father has since passed away, and his mother, and so the farm is in the hands of Steve and his brothers. So he loves this environment too. Where did your family used to supply the feed to, Steve? Herefordshire, Mid Wales?
Yeah, everywhere really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as Brunei.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Importing from Canada.
Wow, I see.
When there were shortages here.
Right. Oh, your dad used to import as well and supply that way?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I was just looking at this hay here. That's going to be a good bit of meadow hay, isn't it? Really when it's cut.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
What will that be used for? Winter feed or something?
Well, yeah, you bale it up and put it in the barn, and then keep it for cows when they get hungry in the winter.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
And,
fodder.
Fodder, yeah.
Yeah. Well guys, I'm going to wrap this up on that note. I've enjoyed your company, I've enjoyed Steve's company, it's been really good. Just one night out, well worthwhile, isn't it? I'll be back out again guys, pretty soon. It's just been very, very difficult. Many of you know I've been grieving the loss of my twin brother, and it's just been really hard to get going. But yeah, I'm starting to pick up a feeling for it again, so I'll be back out there more and more. And if you liked all that hay, if you like the conversation, give us a thumbs up, guys. Always enjoy that. If you want to debate anything, share a comment, a thought, please do. I always get back to you. And if you'd like to subscribe, don't forget to hit the button below. I'll get back to you, and we'll get a relationship going. Alright, take care now. Have a good day. Peace. The beautiful River Lugg. Left bank tributary of the Wye. Gonna be in there soon. See you guys.